Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough, and we're back at it again with another commentary. So today we're going to be watching the first episode of the Bob and Doug McKenzie cartoon. And for those who don't know, Bob and Doug McKenzie were characters played by Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis from the skit comedy show SCTV, which was basically Canada's version of SNL. A lot of people actually got their start there before they migrated over to SNL. You got like John Candy, Harold Ramis, Eugene Levy, the late great Catherine O'Hara, Rick Moranis, and the reoccurring characters of Bob and Doug McKenzie were created because, since it's a Canadian show, I guess there was a rule for Canadian broadcasting at the time that said there needed to be explicitly Canadian content to help it differentiate from American content. So they decided, okay, well, let's just make stereotypical Canadian hoser characters. So that's how we got Bob and Doug McKenzie. There was a movie, there was a comedy album. They were like the breakout characters of SCTV. So many years after the fact, around 2009, originally it was going to be made for Fox, but then it got shifted over to Global TV, which is a Canadian network. And while they did get Dave Thomas and Rick Moranis to be producers on the show, they couldn't get Rick Moranis to do the voice for Bob. Dave Thomas still plays Doug, but in Rick Moranis' place, they got Dave Coulier from Full House to play Bob McKenzie. And also, I think the animation company for this is Animax, which has animated for a bunch of different stuff. They've done stuff for like Funny or Die, and a bunch of big companies as well. They did stuff for ESPN, Disney, what have you. I think that was actually Dave Thomas's company as well, like opened back in 2001, I think. So this was clearly an attempt to try and cash in on the characters because they were just so popular. This is a little bit later from their initial run. SCTV I don't even think was around at that point anymore, but they wanted to keep the legacy of it alive, so that's how we got this show. And it was so great it lasted a whole 15 episodes. You had a 10 episode first season, and then they had like 5 bonus episodes after that they called the second season. So yeah, I don't know. I heard about it through Red Letter Media when they reviewed the Bob and Doug McKenzie movie, Strange Brew. So then I got curious, and it's the kind of thing that I would totally want to do a video for, because I love weird media tie-ins. That's the whole thing for Media Wiz. You always find those like weird attempts at cashing in on something, and in this case, it's cashing in on characters from an old sketch comedy show by making it a cartoon. We've definitely seen some of this years later. Like a couple years after this, we got the shortly lived Napoleon Dynamite cartoon, and there's a couple other ones that are like that, but I've never seen this, so I thought it would be appropriate to do it as a commentary video. So yeah, let's watch Back to School, the first episode of the Bob and Doug McKenzie cartoon.
To announce that our town garbage truck is now completely
okay. The animation already. The designs kind of look like Edgar and Allen a little bit. It's that Canadian Flash animation. Oh no.
Attacks on the truck by your sea creatures, your rock monsters, your giant birds.
What? Did you get insurance against aliens too?
Yes, we are covered against space monsters. The only thing we're not insured against is monsters of pure energy. But come on, people, that's science fiction.
Mr. Mayor.
Ha 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 ha.
You see, fellas, one of the conditions of our new truck insurance policy is that all of our garbage employees have to be high school graduates. Now, according to your permanent
and they didn't get a high school education. Have you seen those guys? Okay, that had better artwork than the actual character designs. The animation's really reminding me of the Spaceballs cartoon. That is not a good thing. Hopefully it's a little better than that.
Sorry, McKenzie's. Come on, McCundies. We've got garbage to haul.
McCundies. So they're like Bizarro Bob and Doug McKenzie. Oh god, now this really does feel like a Fox show. It really does feel like that like knockoff Family Guy kind of show that they would have in the late 2000s. Cheap ass animation and everything.
When I was in high school, back in the class of I'm Not Telling, I was the belle of the ball.
I don't know, Peggy. I don't remember it being that great.
I'll give this to Dave Coulier. He does a decent Rick Moranis impression. It sounds enough like him.
What are you talking about? High school was great.
It really is like Family Guy. All the constant cutaway gags.
Oh, goody, flashbacks. Let me try.
Should we wait for her?
Nah, let's just go get this high school thing over with.
Okay.
Okay, but if I do this, you promise you'll marry me?
Charlotte,
That was a
get
joke.
me the press on the insurance announcement.
Oh, I thought that said Tim Heidecker in the credits for a second.
I'll hit the streets and fix this town. Then everyone will like me. Even you, Charlotte. I'll win that vote yet.
So we got our A and B plot established. They're just reusing character designs. Those are the same cheerleaders we saw earlier.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Whoa! Don't worry, kid.
Well, he's so quirky and unconventional, eh?
Yeah, and unconventional means everybody gets an A.
Okay. Oh, look at my nipples.
All right, Hamilton, let's get you back to the home.
Okay.
Don't worry, kids. They can't catch me. Not while I have this. Carpe diem! Let me guess. A couple of gangbangers fresh out of the joint and back in class.
Oh, hi, Maurice
We're not
LaMarche.
gangbangers.
You don't talk in here, Tukey. You may run the streets, but I run this class. And I'm not just gonna give up on you like every other adult in your life. And once you guys get into McGill, you'll finally make a movie about me. Hopefully starring Kevin Spacey.
Oh no! Oh
Okay.
God!
Come
Oh
back
God!
till you're ready to learn.
Oh no!
We hired a consultant.
So they're doing the
His
whole
name is Rick.
Great White
Come
North
on out.
portion
Rick.
from like the original SCTV skits. Why didn't they just make that a part of the series? I mean, maybe they did. This is the first episode.
We can't cheat, Doug.
It's not cheating. It's learning the answers.
Yeah, but what if we get caught, eh?
We won't get caught. Trust me.
But Doug, when you cheat, you only cheat yourself.
Exactly.
The more this plays out, the more it really feels like a Funny or Die like short, more than it feels like an episode of a TV show.
I wonder how Dwight's doing without us.
He probably doesn't even remember we exist.
All right, Mackenzies, we're finished in record time. Oh, wait, you're not the Mackenzies. Oh, I miss those rascals. Every street, every corner reminds me of you.
Oh man, every character is just so gosh dang wacky and quirky. It has their own little different interesting quirks and ticks that make them so unique and special. You know, maybe this would be a little better if there was like some background instrumental.
You never know who your friends are till you're down.
Oh my god, it really is like Family Guy with the cutaway gags and everything. You know, I'm really surprised there's not as many, like, Canadians, am I right, jokes in this. Like, that's sort of what Bob and Doug McKenzie was all about. Like, there's really not as many, oh geez, Canadians talk like this, eh?
That's the spirit, Bob. Go steal that test.
Hey, we heard you were gonna steal the answers to the English final.
Are these like the
We
yuppie
want them.
popular
I
kids, I
don't know what
guess?
you're talking about.
We do.
You mean a
have
boot?
lots
Damn
of
it! Like,
money.
come on! The
I
whole premise
guess
is
we
supposed to be
could
Canadian
give you
stereotypes, and they
some.
can't even stick to that.
Now I know what you're talking about.
They can't even do the obvious joke of, oh, you got an A on the test, and it's EH. Come on, something, anything. As lazy as the jokes are, they're at least something.
How much money do you want?
I don't know, 20 bucks?
Yeah, never mind, Mom. I forgot he was poor and doesn't know how much is a lot of money. Hey, guys, ask him how much is a lot of
Oh my god. And now we're getting to that Family Guy style anti-humor where they just keep things going for way too long.
much is a lot of money?
Oh god, they're gonna do this for another 5 minutes, aren't they?
Lucky for you, Mr. Belleville's Honda wouldn't start the day they taught traditional teaching methods.
Oh, jeez.
And you're telling me this only went for 10 episodes? I couldn't possibly see why.
Why don't you try some Shakespearean rap?
I'm a hip-hop Mackenzie in a major way.
Oh no, not that. They actually did a My Name is Blank and I'm Here to Say bit. That shows how even hackneyed that was back in 2009.
Oh, look both ways before crossing the street.
Oh yeah, step into a Slim Jim.
I already pre-sold the answer to some other kids.
Well, just give the money back, eh?
I can't. I already spent it. It's an Excalibur novelty pen. I think it's...
Oh, I thought it was gonna be booze.
Interior, hallway. Mr. Belleville.
Okay, we
leads
get
in
it.
search
He
of
wants to make a movie based on his life. We get it.
Ah, there you are.
One spaghetti on my balls, please.
Okay, here's your... Wait a second. You damn janitors!
Where is any of this going?
Test inputted. Scanning test. First question. The answer.
Oh my god, you have 6 minutes left. You can't drag this out for as long as possible.
I thought I did pretty well.
You did, Bob. You scored a 92. But everyone else scored 100, and unfortunately, I'm a slave to the curve.
Well, there must be something you can do.
Sorry, Bob. Those are the breaks. Besides, this is a much better story. I tried to inspire one student, and I end up inspiring all of them. Except for the one I tried to inspire. Well, in the movie, he can die in a street racing accident the night before the test.
This whole bit is just not funny.
Nice job, S.A. Boy, the things that we were going to do to you if we didn't pass.
Oh no.
Anyway, you might want to enter your car from the passenger side.
How embarrassing.
Hey, you really screwed me, Doug. This is worse than when Brutus betrayed Caesar, eh?
Oh, I was honestly expecting a Family Guy cutaway gag. It was set up perfectly. Like, this is worse than the time we... I completely forgot about this whole subplot with the mayor.
I like a good ribbing as much as the next guy, but not at my expense.
Spoken like a true politician.
You can't sway public opinion with flashy gestures. People won't forget the failing economy just because you throw them a parade.
But
Once again, spoken like a true politician.
If the whole town is in the parade, then who's gonna watch it?
You will, Charlotte. You will watch the parade.
He really wants a secretary.
The reason everyone did better than Bob is because I stole the answer key and sold it to them.
Wait, you conspired with your classmates to cheat on the
What a
test?
perfect twist.
I'm really sorry, but I just wanted my job back. I never thought that Bob would fail.
This is an amazing Act 3 twist.
I knew it.
Why would we want to learn Shakespeare?
Well, you guys like stabbing, right?
No, I joined the gang for the sense of camaraderie. Of course I like stabbing.
Alright, that was the closest thing to a good joke so far.
So at this point, Bob teaches all the gang members about Shakespeare, but that's boring.
So instead, we're going to show you this montage of me and Doug training for
Wow.
a future space war.
Wow, they really got sick of their own premise, so they just do this. Granted, this is something from the original SCTV, like this was part of a Strange Brew, but it really feels like they themselves just gave up on the actual premise of this episode.
Now that we have our
Right there, right on the garbage truck.
I wonder whatever happened to those guys that replaced us.
Does the insurance cover this?
I don't think so, eh? The
Oh.
monster of pure energy exception.
Oh, call back to the beginning. Aliens are real. Space monsters are real. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, well, that was pretty bad, not gonna lie. Like I said, the animation, it's sub Edgar and Ellen. I mean, it's cheap Canadian Flash animation. But just because something is cheap Flash animation does not automatically make it bad. Edgar and Ellen had charm to spare. This is far from the worst adult cartoon I've seen. Like, I was kind of getting callbacks to not just Family Guy and all of the cheap imitations of it, but like, I was gonna say Alan Gregory, but Alan Gregory was far more offensive and disgusting with its horribly unfunny humor. This is more just like, it feels like a rush job. That's the best way I can describe it. It feels like the actual plot of the episode itself just kind of comes and goes. Same thing with the subplot with the mayor. That like shows up 3 times. It starts the episode, there's a part of it in the middle of the episode, and then it kind of pays off in the end. Like, there was really no reason for that. The actual story of Bob and Doug going back to school so they can get their jobs as garbage men back. It just feels like they were more preoccupied with just telling lame jokes. It's just, you know, the running gag with the teacher who wants to be an actor and he's writing a movie based on his own life story, like, and the constant Family Guy style anti-humor and cutaway gags. That really surprised me. I mean, like, that's probably the closest I've come to seeing a show that actually was desperately trying to be like Family Guy. There were even parts where I thought they were going to lead into cutaway gags because it feels like they were setting up one and then they just didn't do it. But then there are other times it's like, oh my god, it's like a Family Guy cutaway gag. Like the thing at the beginning with the, oh, I remember school back in the day, it wasn't that great, and then it cuts back and what have you. It's a cash grab, plain and simple, and it's easy to see why this didn't take off. It lasted for 10 episodes. That was 10 episodes enough, and then I guess 5 extra episodes. So, I mean, it went for 15 episodes. I think that's about as well as you'd expect. Going off of this first episode, I wasn't really all that impressed. It just felt like, hey, Bob and Doug McKenzie, that's still popular. Let's make a TV show out of it. We had a movie of it. And even though I haven't seen Strange Brew in a very long time, I remember that still feeling like a real movie. You know, that kind of style of humor was still there, but it was at least structured more like a real movie. This is structured like every other cheap knockoff Family Guy show that was out at the time. Far from the worst thing I've ever sat through, but I don't know if I could recommend it. This was not very good. Anyway, that does it for this commentary video. Look forward to next week where we're going to be doing another comic book review. But until then, guys, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough.